Welcome to today's webinar, How to Sell a Niche Destination, South Korea. My name is Paloma Villaverde de Rico, and I am the editor-in-chief of Recommend Magazine and moderator of this webinar, which has been made possible by the Korea Tourism Organization LA office. Our speaker today is Heesun Kim, the Executive Director for the Korea Tourism Organization LA office. A native of South Korea, Heesun has a strong knowledge of all the treasures in the country. Before working for the Korea Tourism Organization, Heesun held many positions in the public and private sector, including on the Korea Presidential Council on National Branding. For today's webinar, Heesun will be speaking about the treasures that await your clients in South Korea. This will be your opportunity to become an expert in selling South Korea, a cultural and culinary destination that has yet to be discovered by many travelers. You'll be amazed at how much South Korea has to offer. Before we begin, a few housekeeping items. During the presentation, feel free to enter your questions in the question box. We'll gather them together and hold a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. If your questions have not been answered, we will be providing our speakers with all the questions so they can respond offline. Don't worry, if you miss something, this webinar is being recorded and you will receive a link via email to access the recording at your leisure. For those who attend the entire presentation, one attendee will win a fam trip to South Korea with airfare, accommodations, meals, tickets to attractions, and more. And two people in attendance will win a music box each. We'll be announcing the winners at the end of the presentation. All attendees will earn 1 CEU credit. So sit back and get comfortable. The webinar begins now. Heesun, take it away.
Thank you, Paloma, for your kind introduction. I really appreciate for all your all your help working out so hard, for our team to make this wonderful opportunity possible. Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard. My name is Heesun Kim, Executive Director at the LA-based Korea Tourism Organization. I am more than excited to give you a tour of Korea. Before we start our tour to Korea, I'd like to talk about why it's a great time for you to consider selling Asia and especially Korea. According to Goldman Sachs report, by 2050, 52% of the global economy will be coming out of Asia. Also, Korea will be the top 5 economies by then. It seems like they have presumed Korea will be reunited by then. So you're getting ahead of everybody by signing up with our webinar. How exciting! Before I start, I'd like to give you an introduction to the Korea Tourism Organization. It's a national tourism board promoting Korea as a travel destination. I understand the audiences are coming from across the North America. We have 2 offices, New York and LA, in the States, and 1 in Toronto, Canada. Let me update you on tourism of Korea. Thanks to the Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games, we saw an 11.4% increase of US visitors last year. Also, what's more exciting is that we expect to hit 1 million US visitors this year. We sure hope you could be part of our celebration. Okay then, let us start our tour in Korea. Some of you may say north or south. Of course, South Korea. I'll be your local guide today, so stay tuned for the local tips at the end of each destination. When it comes to travel, the more you know about the destination, the more you see. So here comes a bit of historical and culture background of Korea. Then what makes Korea a historical and culture destination? Korea's rich culture is rooted in Confucian philosophy, Buddhist values, and ancient dynasties. And if you see Korean architecture, you will notice it's seated in the middle of nature, not overcoming nature. It's because traditional Korean architecture pursues to be in harmony with nature. You'll see what I mean by taking a look at the video that I'm about to play. Hope you enjoy.
middle of the modern city.
Daddy, how do I look?
You look like a beautiful princess in a hanbok.
Palace is floating on the water.
That's where they meet and greet their guests. Oh, 정통 쉽게? Korean traditional food, which has been eaten for more than 100 years.
Really?
Does that look better than a K-pop star?
I got this bell.
I'm so excited for the temple today. That's right.
Mom is so pretty.
Have you ever experienced an incredible history like this?
We have, because this is Korea.
Bye-bye.
Did you like it? Hope you did. Okay, then let us locate Korea first. Does anybody know where Korea is or who our neighboring countries are? Korea has conveniently located between China and Japan. The capital city is Seoul. Being a long-haul destination, Korea has increasingly become a desired dual combo with Japan or Korea or any other East Asian countries due to its proximity, only 2 to 6 hours. Korea is a small country, only 20% of the size of California, but is made up of 51 million people. The spoken language is Korean and the written word is Hangul. Tourists find it an English-friendly destination. If you need help, try to find younger people. They'll be eager to practice their English. The currency is Korean won, approximately a dollar converted to 1,000 won. Tipping in Korea is not customary. Electricity is 220 volts, so please advise your clients to bring an universal treble adapter. Then why visit Korea? According to our survey taken by the first visitors to Korea, they visited Korea for the following four reasons. The first 5,000 years, what does that mean? Does anybody have an idea? We have 5,000 years of rich history, and having that much of history, we have 13 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And it's also becoming a popular culinary destination, and it's also a most talked about stopovers to other Asian destinations. Now you have all the essential information, so you're ready to go. Then how can you get there from here? There are about 201 flights weekly from the major US cities, taking about 11 to 14 hours. All the major airline carriers take you to Korea. Also, Korean Air and Delta recently signed a joint partnership, making Korea an Asian hub. US citizens don't have to worry about visa since Korea is a 90-day visa-free country. Incheon Airport has been named as the #1 for the consecutive 12 years. You can get to downtown Seoul in 45 minutes via the Airport Express train. And a lot of people ask you how to get around. Is it easy to get around the country? Korea has the renowned public transport system, often raved by BBC, CNN, and it's so easy to navigate the cities. You have all the options, including a bullet train, subway, bus, car, taxi, and ferry. You can even get to the beach by taking a subway. They're all inexpensive and accessible transport options. Most lines in Seoul are in English, and the subway gives announcement in 3 languages, including English. Okay, So when is the best time? It's like everybody's favorite question, right? And we'd like to take a poll here with that question in mind. I'll give you a cue. Korea has 4 unique seasons identical to the east coast of United States. Okay, did I give out too much tip? Okay, I hope you all got the answers. Yes, they are spring and fall. Each of the Korea's 4 distinctive seasons has its charms, but the super bloom, including cherry blossoms in the spring and the spectacular foliage in the fall, make it for particularly beautiful times to visit Korea. Also, according to Expedia, airfare to Korea is nearly 10% cheaper than average in April, which makes it perfect season to visit. Then, where to book for your stay? You have all the options from 5 stars to guest houses for those who find comfort with high-end hotels like Four Seasons or signature preferred hotels like Park Hyatt. Also, we'd like to recommend a local hotel like Shilla Hotel, which is run by Samsung, and they're known for their excellent service and great food. It also houses 3 Michelin stars restaurants. However, most of all, travelers looking for a rich cultural experience should book a room at a hanok or traditional Korean home. There are 3 elements of hanok, the Korean traditional home. They're built in a truly organic way. They're built with all natural materials like wood, soil, and paper. And it's also like a Lego. You can assemble and disassemble. And being made of 100% natural materials, people say you get the soundest sleep you need. There are also those, Korean houses styled after Joseon Dynasty era house, at least over 130 years old. Some of them have fancy touches such as jade floors and a mud sauna. Guests can perform a tea ceremony or make their own kimchi to take home. Golden routes. There are different routes that can be customized to your client's interest and length of stay. I'll give you one of them to give an idea. You stay for a few days in Seoul. During your stay in Seoul, you can have a half-day trip to DMZ, which is about an hour drive from Seoul. Let us get on a bullet train to the south. After 2 hours of drive, you get to Jeonju, home of culinary culture. Then another 3-hour drive to the east, you get to the capital city of ancient dynasty. Let us go down to the port city, Busan. Any type of transportation options are available, but an either bus or a private car is recommended since it's only an hour drive. Then let us fly to Jeju Island, which is an hour flight. Okay, let us explore Korea, starting with the capital city, Seoul. We have subtitled it Heart of Korea. Just like heart, it pumps day and night. It never sleeps. With a population of more than 10 million people, Seoul is one of the world's few megacities. Its massive size makes for a diverse and vibrant metropolis, buzzing with culture at every turn. History buffs will love the ancient temples and elaborate palaces, while art aficionados will enjoy the ubiquitous street art, as well as the city's many galleries and museums. Imposing guards in traditional dress guard the palace gate and provide colorful photo opportunities, especially during the royal guard changing ceremony, which occurs 3 times a day. The 4 other palaces are also all notable for their intricate architecture and stunning gardens. And you can rent hanbok, traditional Korean attire, and walk around the palaces and have Instagram moments. Renters start as low as $10, and some business even offer packages like including photo shoots. You also get free access to palaces with hanbok. What a great deal, isn't it? We also recommend visiting the Bukchon Hanok village, which is home to hundreds of traditional houses called Hanok. The traditional village seems a glaring anachronism. During the Joseon Dynasty, this is the residential area for royal families, aristocrats, wealthy citizens, and government officials. Um, why? Because it is located right in between the palace on the left and then the shrine on the right. So the architecture hasn't changed much since the Joseon Dynasty, making the area a famous filming location for many of Korean's historical movies and TV shows. While there, experience a traditional tea ceremony at one of the many tea houses, or try your hand at the arsenal skills of calligraphy and knot tying at the Culture Center. Let me briefly give you some niche museums that you can only check out in Korea. The first one is Korea Furniture Museum. It's a private museum with over 2,500 collections of Korean furniture that the owner has collected for over 5 decades. CNN called it the most beautiful museum in Korea. And it's my favorite one too. It's a must-visit place even for the distinguished foreign guests like the royals from Europe. And the second one is the Korean Alphabet Museum. The Korean alphabet known as Hangul is the only alphabet in the world where the letters were created to resemble the shape the mouth makes as you voice them. Created by King Sejong the Great in the mid 15th century as a way to educate the illiterate. Today, Korea's literacy rate is 98%, but at the time, only the top novel classes were literate since we borrowed the Chinese language. King Sejong had so much compassion for his people, so he created our own language. The National Hangul Museum offers Hangul history, art, and even an Hangul-inspired playground for adults and kids alike. Take your name written in Korean or Hangul as a souvenir. The third one is South Korea's War Memorial of Korea. South Korea's past is a rocky one, and people from all across the country come to pay respect to brave soldiers who fought for their freedom. It's just like, you guys celebrate here, the Memorial Days is coming. So this is another place that you can have this similar sentiments. In addition to the museum's vast display of war and military-related exhibits, there are a variety of live performances from dancing to military color guards. This is especially an emotional place for U.S. veterans who participated in Korean War. They say they feel so much rewarded for witnessing how far Korea has come from the ruins, and every bit of their sacrifice was worthwhile. So for visitors, it's also an excellent way to get a sense of how well Korea has developed since the war. Okay, our favorite topic. Who can forget about shopping, right? In Korea, shopping is a serious business. You're all but guaranteed to leave with a heavier suitcase and a lighter wallet. You can shop at bazaars like Namdaemun or Dongdaemun East and West Gates, which open through the night. There's even a market which has a nickname, Ghost Market. Why? Because you name it, you find it. Those traditional markets are with over 100 years of history. To truly experience Korean culture, take a trip to Bath House. We call it Jimjilbang. For over 1,000 years, Koreans have used public bathhouses not only as a means to get clean, but as a social gathering place to chill out with family and friends. In addition to pools, the traditional jjimjilbang feature everything from charcoal saunas and ice caves to jewel rooms where guests can harness the heating powers of semi-precious stones. Most offer sleeping rooms, libraries, arcades, cafes, and salons, creating a place for people to socialize. And also, a lot of business people ask me about body scrubbing service. Those services are available from the five-star hotels to the public bathhouse, just like this one. The next stop is Gangnam. The name you may be familiar from K-pop, the Gangnam Style. Gangnam means south of the river, and this district lies along the banks of the Han. It's relatively newly developed area. There are plenty of things to do, including dance to Gangnam Style, shopping, and dining experiences. And here comes my local tip. My favorite things to do in Seoul is walking around the palaces and have coffee or lunch in a nearby restaurant which overlooks the palace. I also love walking by the Han River or have lunch with my friends at parks by the river. Try order food there, experiencing the most speedy delivery culture. You can have delivered any food, including noodles, fried chicken with beer, pizza, all other Korean snacks. Taking an hour bus trip to north will get you to DMZ. As you know, Korea is the only divided nation after World War II. DMZ, demilitarized zone, is less than 35 miles from Seoul. It's the border between north and south. Too close in terms of safety? If you're concerned about your safety, I'll give you my experience. I lived in Seoul over 50 years, but have never felt threatened, nor was reminded of how close we live side by side. The world's most heavily guarded border, the 160-mile long area, has understandably become a source of fascination for tourists, including Katy Perry, all those celebrities. You can witness those two ideologies coexist, bearing the pains, sorrows, and hope. It makes an excellent itinerary, especially for multi-gen clients. If you wish to visit, choose a tour that also includes the Joint Security Area, the JSA, the border village in Panmunjom that you see in this image where the armistice was signed. As you can see in the photo, the half part of the two blue buildings belong to the South Korea, and the other half towards the north towards the north to North Korea. And the gray building in the middle obviously belongs to North Korea. Cheonju, City of Gastronomy. As the subtitle explains, it's the home of Southern Korean food. It's located close to the South Sea and has the feudal plain for rice and vegetables. Fresh ingredients do half of the job when it comes to cooking, right? That's why. Cheonju beautifully encapsulates the history and culture of Korea. There are well-preserved 600 hanoks that have been modernized into luxurious accommodations for travelers, and other hanoks that have been transformed to boutique shops that sell tea or restaurants. Travelers, even South Koreans from other cities, like to visit Cheonju, rent hanbok, which are the traditional outfit, and walk around the Hanok village. Also, check out local festivals like this one. There are also various types of workshops like making Korean traditional paper or kimchi or red pepper paste making that is enjoyable for travelers. Here comes my local tip. As a local, I'll check out Makgeolli Ellie. Makgeolli means Korea rice wine. It's famous for restaurants where the number of dishes served increases with the number of makgeolli jugs ordered. Another word, the more you drink, the more delicious recipes will be added. Yes, we're moving towards to the east side of Korea. Gyeongju, Museum Without Walls. This is the capital city of the old dynasty where ancient ancestries are buried in royal tombs. Gyeongju, the city that takes you back in time, has many UNESCO World Heritage Sites. One historical is the Bulguksa Temple. This temple was built in the 8th century. The period saw a great deal of Buddhist architecture spring up across Korea, but Bulguksa is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful complexes dedicated to the official state religion of Korea. Sakuram Kuroto, located on Mount Toham. So it's quite a walk up even after you park your car. It's an artificial stone temple made of granite that enshrines the monumental statue of Sakamuni Buddha. This unique human-made stone grotto was completed in 8th century after 20 years of construction. It is a masterpiece of ancient dynasty. You can witness all, including this period's architecture, mathematics, geometry, religion, and art. This fascinates architects from around the world. As a local, I still remember the sheer beauty of the architecture and art. And here comes my local tip. I love cherry blossom here. The buds are bigger than the ones in other cities. With all those historical architecture, it's quite a scenery. It makes you feel like you're walking into the past. And we're going down to the port city, glamorous marine city, Busan, which was a filming location for the movie Black Panther. It's the second largest city with the biggest fish market. If you're going from Seoul, you can take the bullet train ride, which takes about 2.5 hours. Being a major port city, it's a top-rated cruise destination as well. The city is also filled with history because it was the city that refugees fled during the Korean War. Gamcheon Cultural Village is also a great place to explore. The steep terrain was mostly uninhabited until refugees pouring into Busan during the Korean War 1950s began to seek somewhere to call home. As they built, they made sure not to block anyone else's light or view. The result was a poor but vibrant neighborhood of stacked houses that has been compared to Greece's Santorini or even Machu Picchu. Also, due to its colors, Gamcheon has also earned the nickname Lego Village. In recent years, artists have moved in, setting up impromptu galleries and installations in abandoned homes, along with boutiques and cafes. Photogenic murals and sculptures abound, providing great Instagram moments as well. Taejongdae Park is another landmark you want to check out in Busan. It is located in the hill on the southernmost tip of Yeongdo Coast. It features magnificent views of the cliffs and lush black pine forest in harmony with the wide open sea. It's also known for a place where the king Taejong in the 7th century practiced archery. Now you know why Korea are so good at archery. We've been practicing it for centuries. Busan also has fantastic seafood. The Jagalchi market is Korea's largest seafood market. They sell live and dried fish. Jagalchi market, where every manner of marine life is available for your viewing and eating pleasure. And here comes my local tip. I described the beaches here to Miami. It's one of the most popular destinations for Korean summer vacation. I'd also join the walking trail in Dongbaek Island, where you can have 360-degree panoramic views of the port city. An hour of flight will take you to the tropical hideaway, Jeju Island. It's a volcanic island formed through the ages of volcanic activity. Recognized for its unique volcanic landscape and biodiversity, the entire island and its lava tubes were designated as a UNESCO World Heritage. It boasts an unrivaled natural scenery created by more than 360 orms and the Jeju Ole Trail. It's known for three things: lava rocks, strong wind, and equally strong women. On this island, you will find the infamous female divers called Haenyeo. They are an intangible heritage, well known for their free-diving skills that were adapted centuries ago. They can free dive up to depths of almost 100 feet while holding their breath for over 3 minutes. These strong women dive for abalone, conchs, and sea urchins. The oldest Hanya alive is now 91 years old, and she still free dives today. There are plenty of other ocean activities like jet skiing, kayaking, snorkeling, and much more. Jeju is not only known for ocean activities, but other activities on land. This island is filled with nature, and what better way to see it than hiking on the Jeju Ole Trail? There are 26 trails available by the coast, and you'll find many shops, restaurants, and guest houses along the line. As a local, here comes my local tip. I especially love cozy cafes, restaurants, and small shops scattered throughout the island. However, most of all, you shouldn't miss having breakfast at one of those two restaurants run by the female divers. They serve porridge made of abalone they've caught in the very early morning. How can it get fresher? Also, check out the traditional market where you can try local snacks, including local rice cake. Yes, flavors of Korea. Let us take a look at what makes Korea a culinary destination. Before I introduce the authentic dishes, I'll give you a preview on Korea's food scene by playing a short clips.
Have you ever?
Where can I put my bag?
자,
So many.
Okay, did it make you hungry or your mouth watery? It sure did for me. Okay, so let me just go briefly about those, authentic food that you have to have when you visit Korea. Um, the first one is kimchi. When you take photos, Americans say cheese, Koreans say kimchi. So try next time when you take the photo. The most essential of all Korean food, kimchi is a national staple. The dish of spicy fermented cabbage is served with practically every meal. Hundreds of varieties can be found with flavors ranging from spicy to salty to sour. Kimchi is an acquired taste, but once you have gotten used to it, you'll find useful yourself hankering for more. Bring on the bibimbap. If you're looking for some Korean comfort food, bibimbap, meaning mixed rice, may be the answer. This dish of steamed white rice comes in a large bowl topped with a vibrant mixture of anything from mushrooms, cucumbers to bean sprouts and chili paste. It also frequently crowned by a fried egg for protein. Perfect for vegetarians, bibimbap can suit carnivores as well, who can add a sliced beef. The dish is easy to find in Korea as it's sold everywhere. It is also served in a sizzling clay pot. Temple food. Buddhism was introduced to the Korean peninsula in the 4th century. Along with the religion came temple food, a form of vegan cuisine based on the values of Buddhism. Eating it is considered a sacred ritual, with dishes regarded as medicine that sustains well-being and promotes compassion. The Korean Temple Food Center offers free cooking class in English on Saturdays. Korean Buddhist monk Chung Kwan was featured on season 3's Chef's Table and has become worldly known. She hosts some cooking classes that are open to everyone. For an authentic meal fit for a king, the royal cuisine is a must. It's an elegant setting of 10 to 20 shared dishes. Only the best and freshest of the ingredients from around the country were served on the royal table. The Korean royal cuisine focuses on the natural taste and flavors of the ingredients, so the dishes are mildly seasoned. For the travelers who enjoy fine dining, Korea has 26 Michelin-starred restaurants where some of the chefs recreate centuries-old recipes with the exquisite interpretation or use soy sauce from 400 years. For those who prefer the more local experience, here are the must-try dishes. First, Korean barbecue. It's a communal dining experience where everyone at the table cooks and eats delicious meat right off the grill. Live octopus, a Korean delicacy. Eating live seafood is almost an art form in Korea. We call this hannakji, meaning live octopus. It's served whole or cut into small pieces and topped with sesame seed and oil. Although the creature is technically dead, nerve endings cause the tentacles to squirm even as you raise your chopsticks from the plate to mouth. Looks bizarre, but it tastes chewy, and most of all, it's known for energy boosting effects. Also, it invites lots of clicks on Instagram. Try yourself. Another healthy local favorite is samgyetang, ginseng chicken soup. Its hot soup and steaming dish features a small or baby chicken stuffed with rice, ginseng, garlic, and jujube. Koreans have this dish to fight the hot summer. Great for travelers as a source of energy. The Gwangjang Traditional Market is the go-to place. It's been there for over 100 years. Try all the best street food in town. It has more than 5,000 stalls selling various foods and snacks. It's open day and night. Street food is practically an art form in Korea, where everything from roasted chestnuts to cream-filled pancakes and sausages on a stick are peddled on the pavement. Street food vendors often pop up on random city corners. Popular Korean sweet called hotteok, a Korean pancake filled with melted brown sugar. Kids and adults alike, it's viral. Bowls of slush ice topped with red beans are the best sellers in summer. You can make your choice of toppings, including fruits or even coffee. Koreans drink teas according to seasons. My favorite are chrysanthemum in fall and tangerine tea in winter, which is also good for preventing cold. Okay, I'm pretty much done with the tour of Korea. For additional support, check out our social media. We'd like to invite you to become Korea's specialist by signing up at Travel Agent Academy. Also, if you need promotional materials, including photos, go to our website and check out the photo gallery at the bottom. We also assist you in providing those who need high resolution images. Also, 13 other viral videos are available on YouTube as well. Since the audiences are coming across the US and Canada, here's the contact information of our 3 offices in North America. If you're located 13 states west of Colorado, contact us in LA, the rest to New York. In conclusion, I've been to over 35 countries. The memory I bring from a country is not a souvenir, but the people. You may encounter many of older Koreans don't speak English, but you will take their warmth of heart and generosity. I hope you can experience Korean hospitality as well. Thank you for your kind attention to our presentation, and I'd like to wrap it up by showing you a video on ocean activities. Remember, let us celebrate hitting 1 million visitors at the end of this year together.
They don't have any tape.
Aren't there grimace?
Let's do it.
And I'm feeling good till the end. 'Cause it's just me and my friends. We're having fun. We gonna get it. We got this feeling.
Korean restaurants aren't only on side streets, but on a boat, right?
Here we go.
Presentation. I don't know if you were gonna run a video.
Yeah, we've been running the video.
Okay, it's not showing up on my screen, that's why.
Okay. Let me just, let us try to playing the video one more time.
Okay.
They don't have any tape.
Aren't there grimace?
Let's do it.
And I'm feeling good till the end. 'Cause it's just me and my friends. We're having fun. We gonna get it. We got this feeling.
Korean restaurants aren't only on side streets, but on a boat, right?
Here we go.
Look at this head.
Let's go.
Have you ever been to an awesome ocean like this? We have! Because this is Korea! Woo!
Hello?